You are watching the KOEM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, the law enforcement community rallies around 2 officers injured in a deadly shootout in southwest Missouri.
But first, we take a look at how Pitt State's automotive program is giving students a more hands-on experience.
And take a look at that. Clear skies to start the day, warm and breezy today. Could even see some record highs. Look at your forecast coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOEM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Blake Gully.
And I'm Chris Warner, just after 7 a.m. now on this finally Friday of February the 27th. One more day left in the month of February. We start meteorological spring on March 1st. Of course, official spring a little later on, but that doesn't seem to matter. It's been like spring since Christmas off and on.
Oh, we've had some warm weather.
We've had some snowy weather in between, and it goes right back to being warm. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I don't know if anybody's noticed, but there's a few more electric vehicles on the road these days than there used to be.
Yes, it is. And a brand new electric truck arrives at Pitt State University, giving students in the automotive program a more enhanced hands-on learning experience. KOEM's Nellie Lopez gives us an insight as to how this donation prepares students for the future of heavy diesel transportation.
A brand new electric Peterbilt truck now sits in the Pittsburgh State Automotive Lab. TLG Peterbilt donated the 579 EV truck to boost hands-on learning for automotive students.
It allows us to cross over to several different classes. So our air conditioning classes can learn about the thermal management side of it. Our on-highway truck class can learn about the on-highway truck side of things. Our EV classes, our electric vehicle classes, can learn about the electric side of the truck as well.
And this truck will be used for more than just driving.
And they're all about tearing stuff down to nothing and rebuilding them. They can absolutely do that with this truck. And you know, we're here to support the university with our service and parts background at TLG. So any questions they've got, any parts that need to be replaced, we can support them in that way as well.
Jeff Vinning isn't just the director of new truck sales for TLG Peterbilt. He also graduated from PSU's automotive program 20 years ago.
We were just starting to see the Prius, we were just starting to see EVs and hybrids, and they really weren't out there in the commercial truck market. So for us to be at the leading edge of this EV revolution that we're going through right now and have that opportunity to have this truck here, yeah, it'll be an incredible way for these guys to learn more about that technology.
New wave of electric vehicles hitting the streets, creating new routes in the job field.
There's just more opportunities to continue to learn about the vehicles. But diesel heavy equipment's here to stay. It's just, again, continue to grow over the years.
In Pittsburgh, Nellie Lopez, KOAM News.
Dale says the school is incredibly grateful for the TLG's donation. The truck is the EV version of TLG's most popular highway trucks and is priced around $450,000.
It's a little out of my price range. I don't have any intention of purchasing a truck anytime soon, but still pretty neat. You know, I think that's kind of, looking at hybrid, I think, is more the way things are going to go for a bit. Because for me, I couldn't rely fully on an electric vehicle. But a hybrid where it's a mix, I would feel better in that, knowing that I have the battery and it's charging it, but I can also run on fuel and I don't have to worry about, running out of charging stations.
Exactly. I can't even keep my cell phone charged long enough. So.
Exactly. Nobody's responsible enough to do that right now. Yeah. Over time, it'll be one of those things. And today, a great day if you were using solar charging because we got plentiful sunshine across the area. We're going to start with our live look downtown Pittsburgh, and there it is, through the magic of television, or more so the magic of Lydia, who's sitting in the back. See, now you can't see, but she was celebrating. Very magical button pressing back there, which is more magical than I have ever been. But it looks nice. It looks pretty good. But like I said, this is one of those situations now where for many in the 4 states, especially our ag communities, a beautiful day like this is not that beautiful. A beautiful day for them would be cloudy skies and some heavy rain. And some good news, we do eventually have some real rain on the way. But just not today. KDOT camera 69400 looking north, looks good. Quick stop at the MoDOT camera 30-second in range line looking south. And every perspective we have, A, there are vehicles because these are traffic cameras, and B, the skies overhead are clear. Temperatures a bit on the chilly side this morning. 40 in Joplin, 34 in Pittsburgh, and looking around the region, the temperature map almost looks like a giant ocean, but it's not. We've got some 30s, we've got some 40s, we got some colder spots. Parsons, Neodesha, both at 31 this morning. We've got some warmer spots out there too. It looks like right now it's Fort Scott sitting at 42 as the warm spot this morning. Now into the afternoon, we'll have southwest winds picking up a bit. And while they're not going to be in that 40 to 50 mile an hour range, they're going to be enough that fire danger is elevated again today. So no outdoor burning. Be very cautious out there. But as you can see on the future track, we moved to 4, believe it or not. We're going to move to 8. There's no clouds. Clear skies overhead. Winds late this evening do eventually begin to ease up. Temperatures mid-50s by 9, 70 by noon, mid-70s for those highs. So the potential for some record highs today. But again, southwest winds 5 to 15, gusting at 25. Need to be extra cautious out there. Again, no outdoor burning. Be careful with anything that could spark a fire. Potential for record highs again tomorrow. Breezy again tomorrow. And then the rain starts to roll in. We're going to break all that down for you in just a few more minutes. Blake?
Thanks, Chris. Early morning yesterday, a stolen trailer was recovered thanks to a coordinated effort between Jasper County deputies and Oronogo police. The owner of the 20-foot trailer was alerted at 5 a.m. by a tracking device that it was been stolen. Officers caught up to the trailer, being towed by a vehicle near State Line Road in Barton County, Missouri. The drivers were identified as Ryan Payne and Raymond Weaver of Kansas. The thieves were arrested and transported to the Jasper County Detention Center. The investigation is ongoing. Watch for updates on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. While the Christian County, Missouri Sheriff's Office prepares to lay 2 deputies to rest, 2 others continue to recover from their gunshot wounds. A Christian County deputy and another from Webster County were shot in a gun battle near Reed Springs this week. Emma McDare is sat down with both departments and gets an update on their injuries and their separate roads to recovery.
They displayed a lot of courage the other night in the middle of some pretty serious combat and battle, because that's what it was.
Deputy Josh Wall from Christian County and Deputy Austin McCall from Webster County were both taken to the hospital with severe injuries after Tuesday morning's gunfight. Webster County Sheriff Roy Cole has been visiting Deputy McCall every day after he suffered 4 gunshot wounds.
He's a very brave man. He's also a goofball and quick-witted. But I think more importantly, he's the type of person that makes everybody around them feel better about themselves, and that's the kind of people that we need around here. That's the kind of people we need in the world. He's non-critical by nature, but he's also highly intelligent and has discernment.
Christian County Sheriff Brad Cole has also been visiting his deputy every day and says Josh Wall is doing well after being shot in the upper leg.
He's actually doing extremely well. He's underwent a pretty major surgery, reconstruction, and he is kind of limited on his movement at this point in time.
He says Wall is uplifting, kind, and always focuses on serving others first, even through his recovery.
He has more concern for everybody else than he does for himself, and that's just Josh.
Both sheriffs say they will continue to support these deputies throughout the recovery and past it and encourage others to do as well.
There will be non-stop continued support for him. We will make sure that he has what he needs for hopefully a full recovery.
And it's up to us to show him that we'll do anything we can for him.
The funerals for deputies Gabriel Ramirez and Michael Highslope will be held on Saturday at James River Church in Ozark, Missouri at 1 p.m. And those are our top stories in this half hour of KOAM News. Coming up next, KOAM's Samantha Walker gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the upcoming Great Wonders Uplift Film Fest. You are watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Welcome back. I'm out here at the historic Route 66 Theater in Webb City, and I'm joined this morning with Steve Head. And you guys, have a tradition almost now. You're entering your 3rd year of the Great Wonders Uplift Film Festival.
Yes, Great Wonders Productions is a nonprofit cinematic arts organization. We're a little over 3 years old. In our first year, we launched the Great Wonders Uplift Film Fest. And we're actually in our 3rd year now. This is amazing how time flies.
Yeah.
So this next, on March 5th, 6th, and 7th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we will have filmmakers from all over the United States that have submitted films to our film festival. And we're looking for PG-13 and below. And uplifting, inspiring, motivating stories. That's kind of what sets our film festival apart from everybody else. So we've had entries from all over the country. We have judged everyone with scores, and our judging team tries to watch the whole thing of every film. And we have selected our final selections, which is the cream of the crop of these great films. And on the 5th, 6th, and 7th, right here at the Route 66 Theater, you'll be able to buy tickets to see blocks of films. And the tickets for blocks of films that's only $8. And that is a donation, basically, because we are a nonprofit. But you can see great films. Some blocks are going to have some features. Some will be more shorts. We have a schedule. If people want to see what's playing or get more information, all they got to do is go to tickets66.com. And that will link you to our other page, but that's all the ticketing pricing information. And if they go to upliftfilmfest.com, you can navigate to the entire schedule of what's going on, what films are showing. It's a great event. We want the 4 states to really support this.
Yeah.
Because this really sets off Joplin and Webb City in a way that competes with the bigger cities. You know?
Yeah, and like you're saying, entering your 3rd year, you're saying this is getting recognized more and more as a very legitimate film festival by, creatives all around the country.
Actually, we have a special guest coming back this year, Kevin Downs, who was with Kingdom Story Company. And if you think about, just this week, I Can Only Imagine 2 was just launched in theaters. That's a Kingdom Story Company movie. And we have people from Kingdom Story Company that will be here. Actually, we're going to give out an award to one filmmaker called the Kingdom Story Company Award. And our award ceremony is at the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex on Saturday night. People can buy tickets for that too. And it's like going to a mini Oscars. It's so much fun. And we encourage people to get tickets and come out for the award ceremony. It's really, really cool. You'll see clips of all the movies and the people getting the awards. It's fun. It's fun.
Amazing. I know for the Film Fest, it's going to be so much fun. It's, I think a couple of days of pure movie magic. How many films are you guys going to be able to show here?
I think we're right at, you would ask me that, I think 30 over those 3 days. Actually on Sunday the 8th, we will also have the world premiere right here at 1 and 3 p.m. of The Redemption of Mary Louisa McBroom. It's a film that we made, our organization made this year, and it's a great story of breaking the chains of generational abuse, childhood trauma, addiction. It's a great story. It's a true story. And that film will be shown on Sunday the 8th at 1 and 3. And that's a write-your-own ticket price. So you can write $0, or you can be generous and write $10 or $20 for your tickets. And again, we're a nonprofit.
Yeah. And I know you've talked about, you guys try to keep it, PG-13 and under, very family friendly. And also it's in the name, it's uplifting, it's inspiring. Why was that such an important mission for you guys?
Well, in the United States, I think, I don't know, I'm just going from memory, but I think it might be the United States or maybe the world. There's over 4,000 film festivals, okay? Kansas City has one, Tulsa has one, Springfield has one, Fort Smith, Fayetteville. So what we want to do is do something that set us apart from everybody else. So that's why we ask for PG-13 and below, inspiring, uplifting, family-friendly or family-aligned kind of films. And by doing that, we do get a lot of faith-based films that are entered, and just others that are not necessarily faith-based, but just great stories that really, you leave the theater feeling like, wow, that was so cool. I feel, really inspired or something.
Well, for those at home who are watching, who are ready to see, this take over Webb City and Joplin, ready to see some great movie magic, one more time, can you tell us when and where it's happening?
Okay, March 5th, 6th, 7th. That's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The film blocks start on Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. Friday, there's Friday morning, Friday afternoon, and Friday evening, Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon, and then Saturday night at the Cornell Complex, the big award ceremony. And again, go to tickets66.com. And that'll take you to all the information you need.
And we'll make sure to get that linked as well on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Steve.
Thank you for having me. We really appreciate the support of the community.
We're going to be right back.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News 719 now on this Friday morning. We're starting with this. Again, we have red flag warnings in Bates County through 6 this evening, but it is going to be breezy and dry across the entire region. Even though the winds today, again, won't be in that 40 to 50 mile an hour range, with how dry things are, it's going to be just enough that it could spread a fire quickly. Here's a look at the humidity levels as we head into the afternoon. You can see fairly dry air. We dry out even more so as we head into the evening hours. Now, we're going to see moisture pick back up a bit more this evening, a bit more in what we have seen. Unfortunately, during the daytime tomorrow, we will dry out once again. The air will get very dry across the region as we head through the afternoon hours on Saturday. We're going to be breezy again tomorrow, so again, no outdoor burning tomorrow either. And today and tomorrow, you need to be very aware of what you're doing and be cautious. You don't want to spark a fire either just by doing some daily activities out there. So be cautious. Now, I do want to show you quickly the humidity levels as we roll into Sunday. So we drop back a little bit by noon, but then they start to really take off. And as we go Sunday night into early Monday, look at these levels. That is because we have actual rain on the way. Here's the future track. We've got southwest winds today. They're going to be gusting up to 25. So like I said, it's not that 40 or 50, but 25 mile an hour gusts are enough that they can still spread a fire given how dry it has been and how dry it's going to continue to be today into tomorrow. So do be cautious. Outside of that, though, there is nothing on the future track today, not even a cloud in the sky. We have sunny skies and the potential for some record highs today and tomorrow as well. Have a few clouds overnight, some mostly clear skies, and as we go through our Saturday, we'll have a mix of mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Now the winds will ease up late evening into the overnight, but by tomorrow afternoon they pick back up again out of the southwest, gusting upwards of about 25 miles an hour, and we again will be dry. Now from Saturday night into Sunday morning, clouds begin to increase. We go mostly cloudy. We're dry the first half of our Sunday, but as we head into the afternoon, first, yes, there's wintry precipitation. The I-70 corridor is where that concern is. For us, anything that falls should be liquid, not frozen. And we'll have scattered showers and a few thunderstorms throughout the day on Sunday, and some of those could produce some heavy rain. Now, I know right now on Future Track it doesn't look very impressive, but we are looking at some data that's supporting more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity on Sunday, so that hopefully will be what pans out, because we again really need that rain across the area. We'll get some of it this weekend. We have more rain chances as we roll through next week. Through this morning, upper 40s to start, mid 60s by 11 a.m. Into the afternoon we go, mid 70s for our highs. Southwest winds though again 5 to 15, gusting to 25. That's where that fire concern comes from again. We'll have mostly clear skies overnight, still near 60 by 10 o'clock tonight. Our average high is supposed to be right about there. So we're looking at lows as warm as what our average high should be. That's how far above normal we've been. South winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow, upper 70s, maybe even some low 80s in our southern counties. So we have the potential for record highs again. Warm, breezy. Shower storm Sunday. Few showers lingering on Monday, and then look next week. First, our temperatures drop a little closer to normal first few days of the new week, but then after that they start warming up, and we have shower and thunderstorm chances all the way into next weekend. Now we are still watching next Friday. We've talked about next Friday. It's something we're keeping an eye on. Strong storms are possible. We are still obviously several days away, but it is something we're monitoring as we head into the beginning of meteorological spring by next week. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Topping Health Watch, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Dr. Emmett Oz announced a temporary halt for some Medicaid funding in Minnesota. On Wednesday, the Vice President was joined by Oz, the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services Administrator, to announce a crackdown on some federally funded Medicaid services over alleged fraud in the state. Vance says actions by some people in Minnesota are wasting American taxpayers' dollars.
We are going to start very aggressively in the administration cracking down on the people and the organizations that are defrauding Americans. So we're announcing today that we have decided to temporarily halt certain amounts of Medicaid funding that are going to the state of Minnesota in order to ensure that the state of Minnesota takes its obligations seriously to be good stewards of the American people's tax money. What this means is that, first of all, the providers on the ground in Minnesota have actually already been paid. The state has paid those providers the money. What we're doing is we are stopping the federal payments that will go to the state government until the state government takes its obligations seriously to stop the fraud that's being perpetrated against the American taxpayer.
$250 million is not going to be paid this month to Minnesota for its Medicaid claims. The guardrails have not been well maintained, and if you're not serious about the integrity of the program, you'll see these problems happening in your state, which is why Minnesota's not alone, although they're the first to receive this action. If Minnesota fails to clean up the systems, the state will rack up $1 billion of deferred payments this year. Governor Walz has 60 days, sir, to respond to our letter. Issue number 2 is we're announcing a 6-month national moratorium blocking all new enrollments for durable medical equipment, prostheses, orthotics, supplies across the board. These crimes are becoming a major source of fraudulent activity. So the third big announcement is we want to crush fraud by crowdsourcing ideas. We're issuing a request for information. We need and we want your help. We want your input on how to prevent, detect, and respond to fraud in government-funded healthcare. Whatever ideas you have, we're interested in. Our goal is to supercharge program integrity over the next 6 months.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says the pause has nothing to do with fraud in the state and instead is, quote, a campaign of retribution from the Trump administration. Well, Instagram will alert parents when their child searches for specific terms. Fox Business correspondent Kelly Saribi has the details.
Instagram announcing new safety features for when teens repeatedly search suicide and self-harm terms. Instagram's parent company Meta issued a statement that said in part, quote, these alerts are designed to make sure parents are aware if their teen is repeatedly trying to search for this content and to give them the resources they need to support their teen. They require that both parents and teenagers enroll in Instagram's parental supervision tools. Parents who receive the alerts will see a message explaining their teens concerning Instagram search habits.
You can turn on parental controls, and now their idea is that if your teen is talking about suicidal or self-harm thoughts on their platform, it's going to notify you as a parent.
Meta says the new safety features analyze teen search history to identify terms related to self-harm. Also proactively notify parents of concerning searches, send alerts via text, email, and in-app notifications, and provide expert resources to help navigate sensitive conversations.
Ironically, Meta is also saying in a study that parental controls don't do a lot. So I'm confused why they're making this move, but nonetheless, from a tech standpoint, parents do need to wake up.
The Instagram alerts will begin rolling out next week in the U.S., UK, Australia, and Canada. In Los Angeles, Kelly Saberi, Fox Business.
Coming up, criminal justice students at Missouri Southern get a high-tech upgrade to their equipment.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently just after 7:30 a.m. I'm Blake Gully. Missouri Southern students now train with some of the high-tech equipment they'll use as police officers and forensic investigators. The university cut the ribbon on its new Public Safety and Forensic Institute. Students get hands-on experience with fingerprint scanners, ballistics cameras, crime scene 360-degree scanners, an impaired driving simulator, and a use of force simulator. The state funded half of the $250,000 project. The university matched the rest. Program leaders say the real-world technology gives their students an edge. Now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, and again, we've got a warm and dry and breezy day across the area for us. Live look downtown Pittsburgh. Skies are clear. Same from the KDOT camera, 69 and 400. And of course, clear skies overhead. MoDOT camera, 32nd in range line in Joplin as well. Well, here's what our temperatures look like right now. We're at 40 in Joplin, 36 in Pittsburgh. So a bit on the chilly side for sure. Almost looks like an ocean map out there, but it's just our cool temperatures. A little colder. We got Neodesha and Parsons both at 31 as our colder spots. And right now it does still look as though Fort Scott is the warm spot, sitting at 42 this morning. On to the future track. Gusty southwest winds out there. So while they're not in that 40 to 50 mile an hour range, there's still enough that we, again, no outdoor burning. I need to be very cautious with your activities, anything that could potentially spark a fire, because we are still very dry across the area. So even the wind gusts that are going to be a little lower today still could pose a problem. By late late evening, though, those winds will begin to ease up a bit for us, eventually shifting out of the south. We'll hold on to clear skies out there as well. Looking at the mid-50s by 9, about 70 by noon. Potential for record highs today, mid-upper 70s for the highs, but those southwest winds 5 to 15, gusting to 25 miles an hour. So again, absolutely no outdoor burning. Be cautious. Potential for record highs again tomorrow as we go into the upper 70s. Southwest winds still gusting to 25, and we have some shower and thunderstorm chances on Sunday. Blake?
Thanks, Chris. Firefighters in Boone County, Missouri helped rescue 2 horses that were stuck in a mud hole. It's unknown how long the horses were stuck, but fire officials say their owner discovered them when he checked on them earlier in the day. More than 24 firefighters responded to the scene. It took them more than 2 hours to pull them out.
This stuff here was like soup, so it was very, very soppy and all that. So the biggest thing is trying to get, when you got 2 in there and trying to get them separated, they wouldn't be together. And then at the point is that they just decided that they wanted to, they got tired.
Both horses were able to stand on their own power, although it took a little bit more time to do so. Neosho FFA students served up gratitude along with breakfast. The chapter hosted its annual Businessmen's Breakfast during National FFA Week to thank local supporters and donors. Chapter members cooked, served food, and visited with guests who have contributed to the program throughout the school year.
This is such an exciting week. I look forward to it every year. We have so many fun activities planned, and it's amazing to see how every chapter around us participates and see how they celebrate this awesome week.
FFA Week wraps up today with Dress Like Your Ag Teacher Day. That's a look at some of our news stories. Coming up this half hour on KOAM Morning News, Shannon Backer shares his top 3 biggest stories of the week. Back, we've got Shannon Becker in the studio with his big 3 news stories of the week. Good morning, Shannon.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm good. Let's take a look at the big 3 live and local stories this week that's happening where you live. It was a single vehicle crash reported in Carl Junction earlier this week. EMS responded to a pickup truck that had been T-boned by a tractor trailer. It's a really precarious intersection, Ivy Road on the northern edge of Carl Junction at Highway 171. The driver, a Carl Junction resident, Johnny Alford, died later that night into the morning at a local hospital. You can read more on KOAMNewsNow.com. Our number 2 story, it was a large, what you call marijuana operation, growing operation in between Miami and Fairland that was, I guess you'd say, raided this last week. They call these straw. That people obtain the legal licenses by some straw kind of match. I can't understand completely how that goes, but they picked up 41,000 plants and 700 pounds of marijuana and be going on the black market, and there were 3 arrests. That was a DEA operation there in Oklahoma. Our number 1 story, a tragedy in Christian County began as a traffic stop where a deputy was shot and killed. And then it lasted into an 8-hour manhunt that ended in gunfire in the woods near Reed Springs. There's the suspect there, and they were looking for that pickup truck, which they found pretty quickly, but then he had fled into the woods. Now tonight, after these 2 deputies were killed and 2 deputies injured, tonight is a visitation for Deputy Michael Heislop and Deputy Gabriel Ramirez. It will be at James River Church in Ozark, Missouri, and then tomorrow morning will be the services. I know a lot of us obviously here in Joplin in 2022 in March, we lost 2 officers, so we can relate to that tragedy for that small community. And our bonus story of the week, if you're used to traveling north of Carthage, it's the old Highway 71, Garrison Avenue. They're going to close 2 bridges that will cut off the northern part of Carthage. Now, I don't know if they have any plans. There's no plans I know immediately to replace these bridges. It just immediately has just come up. It was an inspection by MoDOT this week that the bridges actually failed. There's 2 bridges in a series of 3 that built in 1928, these arch span bridges. And just recently I even went over and they do look like they're in a lot of disrepair. But it will cut off a community of about 1,000 people that live in the northern section of town. They'll have to drive probably about 2.5-3 miles out of their way to go wherever they have to go if they go in town. So prepare for that. They close this morning at 8 a.m., those bridges.
Well, again, thanks, Shannon, as always.
All right.
We'll be right back. A Black-owned Sacramento organization is not only helping to feed food insecure communities, it's also offering a second chance for those experiencing homelessness. Take a look at this.
In Old Town Sacramento, young chefs in training are sharpening their skills. The group is part of a new cohort led by Tanya Mack, CEO and founder of Universal Cafe. Her passion and purpose comes from within.
I know what it feels like to not have a choice in what you eat, and I know what it feels like to be othered. I did not want that for other young people.
What began as an organization recovering high-quality surplus food from the community transformed into a place for second chances.
The part of what we do that is centered in workforce development, we're tremendously proud of, because we hire and work with those who are most deeply impacted by food insecurity.
The young men and women in the program come from marginalized communities.
We'll take the bread, add a little butter to it.
They're getting culinary lessons from Master Chef Darius Mosley.
Stick it in there.
They're also learning to trust as they discover new foods.
So having our young people taste things, touch things, prepare things that they had not seen before is another really fun part of what we do with the young people that come through our program.
Tanya says the program guides each individual, no matter what they choose to do in life.
And if culinary is what they're interested in, we can help them expand that. But if it's not, we help them grow and continue their journey in a way that's most meaningful for them.
I don't want to touch. Why? Because it's hot.
The joyful mood in this kitchen is in stark contrast after last summer's break-in at their Del Paso Heights warehouse.
They took all the lights, the cables, the electricity, everything.
Over $100,000 worth of equipment essential to their work stolen.
That day, I started making phone calls to people who were expecting food from me in the next 3 days. And I had to say I'm not coming.
Tanya powered through. And to her surprise, the same community she served raised money to help her out.
It was also one of the most amazing experiences since I've started this business, to see how far and wide we touched people and reached people, and how much they care deeply about what we're trying to do.
Last year alone, Universal Cafe delivered 17,000 meals in Sacramento County, recovered more than 300,000 pounds of surplus food, and created 42 jobs.
My tagline is, we're saving the planet one meal at a time, but I believe we're saving each other one meal at a time.
Universal Cafe recently secured a $500,000 grant from First Five Sacramento. CBS Sacramento was there when Tanya and her executive team set up their grant account at Golden One Credit Union. Today, Tanya counts her blessings and reflects on what Black history means to her.
I am fulfilling the dreams of my ancestors. I frequently tell young people, particularly young people of color, for every hardship that our ancestors faced, we pay forward in being successful now.
Improving access to food and uplifting in the community has been their mission since 2019. We'll be right back. Even hard-working Olympic athletes and CNN reporters need to recharge every once in a while. In the midst of an incredibly busy Winter Olympics in Italy, CNN's Coy Wire and Antonia Martinez managed to have some downtime and get introduced firsthand to one of the finest dishes that Milan has to offer. Hungry to see more? Then allow them to whet your appetite.
Hey, what's going on?
Good to see you again.
Antonia, you've been crushing it, doing all these coverage for the Olympics, but I hear we're about to crush some food.
Yes, and probably this is the shoot I'm most excited about. I'm taking you to my favorite restaurant in Milan. This is Ratana, and you're going to try the original Milanese risotto. Let's do it.
Let's go.
We have a little cooking situation set up. It's a surprise. We
Oh!
have Chef Cesare.
Ciao. Chef, a pleasure.
Welcome.
I've heard great things about you.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Woo! I can smell all these spices already.
Now, today I show you our risotto Milanese. It's a typical Milanese dish. It's rice with saffron. So, we put just rice without nothing in the pan.
No water.
No water now. You gotta toast the rice.
Gonna toast it a little bit.
Yeah, it's toasted for per sigillare, come si dice?
To seal.
To seal.
To seal the rice grain.
Yeah.
Right. So that they don't absorb too much liquid when they're cooked, so they don't become mushy, right?
Yeah.
What kind of broth is that?
Veal.
Veal broth.
Antonio was telling me people come from all over to have your risotto Milanese.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I use a good rice, good broth, good butter. It's coming from the mountain. It's organic butter. This is it's not grana or parmigiano. It's a lodigiano tipico. It's made near Milano. It's the original cheese. We don't put before the saffron, because if you toast the saffron, it's bitter flavor.
So effectively, if you're eating a risotto and it has a saffron strand, if that hits your tongue, it's a very explosive flavor.
Bam!
Bam! That's why they use the powder, which is a softer flavor, so it's not too intense.
So you get a little the nice subtle, and then also the bam! Legend has it that it was a stained glass maker working on the Milan Cathedral who was using saffron to color the glass, and they made fun of him, so he put it in some rice and it became a hit.
Yeah. Saffron is it's here in Milan from 500 years.
No, I love this restaurant because it's also because of the surrounding area. It's the food is beautiful, top quality, delicious, but you're also in a very relaxed environment, and the food is very much based on sustainability.
Have you had any Olympians eat here at your restaurant during the games?
La squadra americana femminile.
The female hockey team.
The women. You're the reason they won a gold medal.
Yeah.
The secret sauce.
The secret sauce. Now everybody's.
Oh, look at that color.
When we finish, we put butter and cheese.
Risotto alla milanese. I hope you like it after all of this.
Oh my goodness, let's go. It looks like an Olympic gold medal. Okay.
One for you. One for you.
Thank you so much.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito. Thank you.
You like it?
I don't like it. I love it. And I want to give you a hug. I gotta give you a hug, man. Oh my God, that was a spiritual moment.
Welcome.
Thank you.
To Ratana.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Gold medal to chef.
Risotto Milanese is a classic dish from the Lombardy region of northern Italy. It's said to have come about in the mid-1800s when a team of glassmakers took some of the saffron they were using to color the stained glass windows in Milan's Duomo Cathedral and added it to the risotto being served at dinner. What started as a prank became one of the most iconic Italian plates. We'll be right back. This is your Wake Up Recap for February 27th, your top stories to start your day. Early yesterday morning, a stolen trailer was recovered thanks to a coordinated effort between Jasper County deputies and Oronogo police. Officers caught up with the trailer being towed by a vehicle near State Line Road in Barton County, Missouri. The drivers were identified as Ryan Payne and Raymond Weaver of Kansas. The thieves were arrested and transported to the Jasper County Detention Center. Hundreds of workers have lost or are losing their jobs in Kansas and Oklahoma after federal prosecutors charged the owners of Hopkins Manufacturing with fraud. Federal authorities say a multi-billion-dollar fraud scheme bankrupted parent company First Brands, an auto parts company. Founder and CEO Patrick James and his brother Edward are accused of wire fraud, bank fraud, money laundering, managing a continuing financial crimes enterprise, and more. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap. A show that created a lot of new hockey fans is returning. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
He's like a huge movie star.
Are there any gay hockey players?
None that have said it publicly.
The creator of Heated Rivalry says season 2 of the romantic hockey drama will arrive as soon as humanly possible. Jacob Tierney told Gayle King, "We're writing it now and getting ready to start shooting this summer," with an expected premiere in April 2027 on Canadian streamer Crave and HBO Max.
I was hired by Barnaby and Sally to complete the unfinished Christophers.
And what makes you think that you could do it?
I guess that's where the art of it comes in.
Oh, pooh.
Michaela Cole and Ian McKellen star in director Steven Soderbergh's The Christophers, about an art restorer and former forger assigned to complete 8 paintings by a legendary artist without his knowledge. This is the first trailer for the film, which opens in New York and LA April 10th and in wide release April 17th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Heated Rivalry has become the most watched scripted acquired show in HBO Max history with over 10.5 million viewers. Thank you so much for letting us put a good in your morning. We'll be back with more news and weather at noon. Have a great rest of your morning.